Hey, this is Jenny Jones, Digital Growth Hacks Club. All right, so listen, everybody's been asking me, hey, what coaching programs you're using, what tools are you using to work with your clients and or do some consulting with. I'm going to show you the tool that I think is the best tool that I've seen come around in a long time. And I'm going to show you the reason why I think it's better than maybe some of the other tools. But there are a lot of tools, and I think there's a couple of different tools you can look at and probably compare it to. There's a couple things about this tool that makes it stand out above the rest. Let's go on over to my computer. Let's take a look. Let's take a look inside. And the good thing about it is it's still, you probably can still get another 10% savings on it, maybe 20% if you have AppSumo Plus. But I think while it's still there, I think it's probably still going to be there for about another 24 to 48 hours. You might want to take a look at it or at least take it out for a test drive. If I were you, I would at least take it out for a test drive. All right, let's go over to the computer. All right, let's take a look. All right, so now we're over at my desktop. Before I show you the actual tool, I want you to see what the tool can do first. I don't want anyone to be biased and thinking it may be some other tool than another tool. I wanted you to show you the all the things that it can do, all the power it has before you learn what tool it is. And then I'm going to show you the tool, and it's probably still be there. Hopefully when you get this video, hopefully it'll still be there and still have a nice little discount to go with it. So let me go ahead and get logged in here. I'm just going to use my Google sign in. Don't want to put my email out there. I always get these random emails, and once I accidentally show my email. So let me go ahead and log in with my Google sign in. I'm going to get in. And again, what I like about this is it gives you your own domain. So I have my own domain up here. I have my subdomain and my own domain here. And then they tell you what size this should be over here. This is just something I put in here. This is just to remind people, hey, I'm calling you. You need to get up. You know, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. We need to get up. We need to do some Rocky push-ups. I don't know. I was inspired by that. My point is they can give you the size of this and you just put that on there, and it just kind of customizes it and makes it your own. So let's go ahead and get logged in. All right. So we are logged in. I made some different changes here. So you can actually see what's going on here. All right. So now that we're all logged in, what I want to show you is I just kind of want to give you a 30,000 foot view of it. Then we're going to dive into it. I'm actually going to tell you what the tool is, but I wanted you to kind of let me walk around and just show you the pieces of first. So these are client portals. This is the dashboard. What you can do is rename this whatever fits your business. So you can rename this clients. You can name this business spaces. I named mine coach spaces because I wanted to be where I have my clients at, and these are the coaching spaces that I do inside there. I'm just going to walk you through. These are the clients. There's no need to go there. Just give you a list of the clients. These are the activities. These are the tasks that you set up. These are the reach outs. And this is the audit trail. So I'm not going to show you audit trail, and I'll probably show you settings so you can kind of see what some of the integrations are. Now, one thing you need to be clear of is there not a whole lot of integrations because they kind of want to keep everything in-house. But I'm going to show you you really don't need to have the integrations, and I'm going to show you the reason why. So what happens is once you bring the client in, once you talk to them, get them acclimated, you're going to send them an email, and I'm going to show you what that looks like and what they're going to get on their end and what they're going to go through their process. The reason why you don't need to do the in and then take them through sequences and all that is what I've determined is once they've done all that and got enrolled, then you take them to their personal profile. And their personal portal. And that's what this is about. You're only going to conduct business and or coaching business here. And this is what I do. So we're going to go to the coaching spaces here. Let's take a look at the coaching spaces. So what you do with each space is unique within its own self, right? Like I said, you can change the name here. I changed mine to coaching spaces here, and I call them coaching spaces because what I'm doing is I'm individually coaching different people to their particular greatness or their potential of their particular business. I've created a demo one here, so let's walk through this and what this will look like. And again, we're not going to go back through these per se versus let's look at this because I want to keep this video a little bit short and I want to tell you the power of this. So we're going to go inside this particular coaching space. So this is a coaching space that I built for someone else. as a demo, and I wanted to walk you through it a little bit. And what you can do is you can give them the welcome. Hey, welcome to your space. You can make it personalized here. You can put their name. Their name's going to be here. You can give them an acronym if you want to. If it's David, you can just put D there. I just put the J there. Just those are my branding initials so that they're not always working with me. Or you can put theirs there. This particular area here, this is part of the announcements here. Right. This is part of the, this is a part of the announcements. This is reach outs. So we'll talk about reach outs in a minute. So this is part of the announcement. So you can go and you can make a universal announcement. Again, the universal announcement is, for every one of your coaching spaces. So if I have 10 coaching spaces, that means I'm coaching 10 clients at a time. Each particular client have their own individual portal that I work with them. If I'm working for one client and they're working on retirement, and I do some things like that to coach them and get their retirement portfolio together. If I'm working on another client, helping them grow their business, looking over some of their copy, making sure that they need the things that they do, I'll have different things uploaded for them as I will for the other client, and so on and so forth. So that's what this is here. And so what I can do, each one has their own portal. But this announcement you can put here, this announcement basically, you can make it for I'm sorry, I repeat myself, but you can make it for general or you can make it for each individual client. So I can make one announcement to go to everybody, or I can make one announcement to go to a group of people. If I have two different groups of people, maybe I have some people that do post-retirement. Maybe I have some people that do pre-retirement. Maybe I have some people that's working on outbound marketing. Maybe I have some people that's working on inbound marketing. I can just send this to inbound marketing people only, and I can tag them, or outbound people only. I says, hey, I'm doing a class on inbound marketing, and I only send it to the inbound marketing people. I just wanted you to know what the announcements are. This is just an announcement. There will be no appointment slots during the Christmas holiday. So basically what I'm saying is, please set your appointments early using the appointment links, right? And so you may say, okay, so where did the appointments link come from? So a person logs into their portal, they're going to see their home, right? They're going to see home. That's going to have all their activity there. They're going to see files that I may have uploaded. Hey, read this. Let's talk about it at our next session. They're going to see different notes here, right? Welcome note, the top 5 things to remember in sales. These are different things that I'm doing. I'm giving them just to reinforce and trying to get their greatness. This is a discussion dialogue that we may be having here. This is an event here. What I basically been using this for is, I will set, once I have a meeting with a coaching client, I will put deadlines on their calendar so they'll see them. So this is not a calendar that syncs out. It doesn't go out. It doesn't sync with Google or anything like that. This is a calendar that's set here, and you don't need to do that. And let me show you the reason why. And I notice what this tool is doing is they're making it so there will have no outside interruptions or interferences or with the integrations. They're only using high paid tools or integrations that can connect into their tool. I realize that now after looking at it, seeing how sturdy it's built, right? And I'm going to show you the reason why you can just do that. So then you have tasks here, and these are different tasks you set up. Hey, I want you to do this, and I want you to make the top 10 things you're going to create for your podcast this week or something like that. So I'll give them a task and I'll list those here. This is what I wanted to show you. So what I wanted to show you, and we'll take a look at this on their side, but you can set the appointments. I mean, you can set the shortcuts here. So I think this is called shortcuts. I think I can change the name of this. I'm not really sure, but I just got shortcuts here, and I'm going to take you to each one of these and what I can use them for. But I put all the links that they would probably need, right? If they want to set another appointment with me, they can click here and it'll take them right to the appointment setting. They want to get into the online meeting room, they can use that here. If they want to get to the tool store where some of the tools that I've recommended they use, they can get there as well. And if they want to get to the help files that I have, it's there as well. And so that's why you don't need any other integrations, because this keeps everything here, and and what happens is from right here, you can just set all your appointments and you can get to where you need to get to from here. So I wanted you to take a look at that, right? And so let's talk about, these are different tools. These are activities. Let's take a look at activity, task, and then reach outs. And then we're going to look at the client side. Okay. All right. So activity, it just keeps up with all the activities and it keeps a running log of all the activities, and the task just keeps a running log of all the tasks. So I'm not going to show any of those. It's got a lot of different things in there. And I even got some other clients in there, so I didn't want to show that. The audit trail is the same thing. When was the last time I logged in? When was the last time they logged in? So this is a pretty secure platform to set up here. What reach outs is say I want to reach out the same way the announcements went. So the announcements I would probably use for emergency purposes. Hey, this service is going to be down. Hey, I may not be available. Hey, I had an emergency, a family emergency that I will be out of the office for the next 2 weeks. I'll send that out to everyone. That's what that's for. The reach outs is if I want to touch base with them, check in with them, see how they're doing. So I can use the reach out tool here, right? And so the reach out tool allows you just to send an email. It just allows you to send an email, and you can tag the people. This lets you know who do you want to tag for this particular email, and you just send it out, and you can send a document, and then you can send a test email to yourself, or you can send it just directly from there. So that's what the reach outs is, because just you connecting with everyone via email at the same time. So that's what that's about. Again, we're going to go and we're going to look at the client side. Let's go into settings really quick, and let's look at some of the integrations. And I'm going to tell you the reason why the integrations look the way they look. So this is inside the settings. So I'm going to tell you what the name of the tool is. And I know some of you are probably frustrated. I'm going to tell you the name of this tool. Let me just go through a few more of these areas, and then I'm going to tell you the name of the tool. Obviously, there's going to be a link in the description below. You can get access to the tool, but let's take a look. So this is just a regular general accounting area. Talks about add-ons and stuff like that. And the subscription plan, it is what it is right there. The profile fields, this is where you do the customization. Let's take a look at that. So here you can create some different profile fields that you may want to see. For example, you may want to see coaching start date, or you may want to see a different type of field like birthday. And then you can update that. And it says, in addition to basic phone numbers, job title, you can also add your own client profiles to make sense of your organization here. So I might want to just say that, or the person may just say, hey, I started working with you on this date, or something like that. This will appear beneath the standard profile fields and can be updated by either you or the client. So these are just standard fields that you put here. All right, so let's take a look at the branding real quick. Okay, so this is the branding side of it. You can make your recommendations for your logo, right? Favicon, and then this is the background image. This is the login screen. Like I said, so that login is a 2000 by 2000. That's what it is, and it actually showed up there, and you can actually see that there. And then they'll tell you what kind of font that you need, and then you can update it and go from there. So you have a primary color, then you have a secondary color. So that's how the branding goes, right? And you can do the you can have a drop down menu theme. You can change the color on that. Let's look at the naming. We're not going to look at custom domain. There's no need to look at that, but you can customize the domain, and then you can look at let's look at integrations. So here's what's important, and here's what I wanted to share with you. How I changed everything to client spaces, because that's the way that I run my particular setup. Here you can change that to a group. You can change it to companies. You can change it to clients. You can change it to projects. You can change it. There's a singular and then there's a plural, coach spaces, and then coach space, right? And I can change this at any time. You can change this, and you can change your members to client, to group members. I changed mine to clients, and then client and then clients. So you can change that if you want to. I can change this word. It doesn't have to be shortcuts. It can just be like frequent links or regular links. I'm just leaving it as shortcuts right now. And then you can update it. So you can customize this the way you want. These are all set, but you can change what you call them here. I think that's very key, and it creates a very creative environment for you. And that was one of the things, I think that's a lot of power in just being able to kind of customize that. All right, so let's look at integrations, and then we are going to go to the client side, what they would see when they log in. And then I'm going to take you and show you the tool and kind of give you an idea of where I think you would be able to see what tier you should probably pick up. And then we'll close this out. So here are the integrations, right? So You have Adobe Sign, DocuSign, Google Drive, OneDrive, Jotform. That's it. You don't have any other creative things. You don't have APIs. You don't have webhooks. You don't have all. There's the reason why is because you don't need them. Because what I showed you in the menu banner is you can actually customize it and people can still get to where they need to get to. And I think this is perfect for maybe an LTD user because they use multiple tools. Everything may not be able to link up, but you can put it in that particular linked area where you do your naming. You can actually put everything in there for shortcuts and just make your links to go to that. So that's one reason. I think also because they have bank security, security grade inside their portals. That's the reason why. So Adobe Sign is an enterprise E-level, enterprise class, e-signature level. This is more of a mid to large size business can use this type of setup for portals. And then they have the DocuSign. Again, both of these are mid to enterprise level tools, Adobe Sign and DocuSign. Google Drive, again, that's something you can share files in there as well. And then you have your OneDrive, obviously for Microsoft. And then you have a Jotform. So you can embed iframes, things of that nature from Jotform. So that's really pretty much it. Let's go take a look at the client side, and then we're going to look at the tool, and then we're going to close it out. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you send out an email invite to someone to join your actual Clinked portal. So that'll show up here. And let's take a look at this actual email invite. So once you click on the email, it'll say whatever the name of your academy is. Of course, mine is Jenny Jones Coaching Invitation. Jenny Jones Coaching. So this is Jenny Jones coaching invitation that I sent someone to join to be a part of this portal. And what it says here is Jenny Jones Coaching. Jenny has invited you to join the Jenny Jones Coaching account. Accept this invite means that you will have access to collaborate in a secure environment. And that's basically what it is. And I think they said they have bank graded security as well. Yes, I want to join the Jenny Jones Coaching. So that's what they click on. Of course, this is a URL, direct URL with a key here that allows them to get directly there. So let's take a look at that. Once they join, let's look at their side. And that's what I was trying to show you. But I wanted to show you where it all started from, which was from the email. So let's take a look at it. Let's click on this link here. So once you click on that particular link, it brings you here and it already loads up your email address for you. All you have to do is put in your name, your full name, or that person has to put in their full name and then a username, what they like to be called, and then a password. So let's go ahead and put that in and let's take a look at their particular side of the portal. All right. So once they log in, they're going to see this is their particular portal right here. So this is what they're going to see here. I did give them a little bit more rights because I wanted to see what they can do so they actually can create new discussions and new events. I set theirs up because I wanted to see what it would look like on their end. So they can edit here, the welcome screen and all that. I'm going to remove that. This is just going to be for access, but I wanted you to take a look at what they would see on their particular side. So this is their dashboard. What they'll see the files that I uploaded for them, the profit playbook. They also see notes here, right? Welcome note from myself, the top 5 things to remember in sales. These are just some different things that I've put up here, and we can have a discussion dialogue going back and forth. There's an events here. The events I like to use for deadlines for them because a lot of my clients seem to forget. Hey, you said you'd complete this. No, you said you'd finish this by this particular date. So I like to remind them of that. This particular client, I think I set something up there for them. Let me see. Oh, is this an event here? Let's take a look at this event. No event. No, I thought it was an event there. So no, I didn't set up any event. I thought I did. I don't think I assigned it to them. These are the tasks that they'll have and that they'll have to complete that I set up on my particular end. But what I wanted you to uniquely take a good look at is these are the actual links that I have that's already built in, because a lot of times if we do use a lot of different tools or different LTD tools, there has to be a repository for us to keep all the tools. And what I love about this particular tool is from the shortcuts menu, I can set all the different tools. I use a lot of different tools here. So I have, they can set their appointment here. I'm using either a Calendly or Meet Fox here. Depends on which calendar that they belong to. And then here's an online meeting room. That's an automatic link to my sessions account that I automatically standard that I'm already meet everyone in. The tool store is my online tool store that they're able to get some of the tools that I use or I. All right, so that's the shortcuts, and that's what I like about that. Now, what you can also do here is you could set a notification to show up in all of the dashboards or all the portals. It says, this is just an example I wanted to show you. There will be no appointment slots during the Christmas holiday. I wanted you to see that. So every person would see this, and you can make it go down to the actual client portal room or level. So you can have it go global, or you can go it down to select people. Like you may have 2 people in a certain coaching program, and you may have 2 other people in another coaching program. You might want to just send them announcements, right? So this particular one is there will be no appointments from December 22nd to the 27th due to the holidays. So that's just an appointment that you can set, and I'm gonna. So those are some of the things. So that's what I like about this. It keeps everything nice and neat here. These are all the shortcuts that they can get to. If they want to set an appointment, they can use this button. It's already built in, right? So they can actually set their appointments there, right? They can do that. And then what happens here is if they've already set this appointment, it's going to already take them. It's going to send them a link to the room already that they'll be able to see from there as well. So then I also set up a room in here for the online meeting room. Obviously, of course, that takes you to a sessions room. Again, these are already the tools that you're already using. So what I wanted you to see where these tools take place, right? So that's your sessions room. And then also, if they need to get to the tool room that I set up for them, these are all the different tools that I use. These are my writing tools. These are all the tools that I can speak on and tell them what they may need, what they don't need. Use this tool, use that tool, and so on and so forth. So that's another room. And then let me show you another space that I put in here. And I also added a support center. So when you start managing multiple clients, definitely when you get past 3 or 4 clients and you start moving into 5, maybe 10 or double-digit clients, you want to establish or create a help center so that they can manage their own profiles. They have some getting started videos that you can put in there. A lot of my clients need help setting up their DNS, doing all those other things. I already know how to do those. So instead of them searching on YouTube or anything like that, I put those videos in here. Or if there's a pretty good video, I think that does a better job than myself, I'll link to that and put that in here. If they want to make upgrades or purchases, they can do that here. If they want to open up a trouble ticket for something they're having problems with. And again, I just put the tool store, and then I put the coaching portal back in here once they sign out. So these are some of the things that you can do in this particular setup over at Klink. That's what I love about it, because you have these different tools. You're giving them assignments here, right? You're giving them due dates here, right? They'll get due dates. But what I'll do is I will send them a follow-up from our session that we may have, and I'll send them the notes. Then I'll actually come in here and I'll actually put the deadlines in their particular calendar so that they'll notice this, man, when was that due again? And then they can come in here and they can check, oh, this is due on this date. Or they can use it for their own calendars, and they can use it for their own reminders if they want to. So okay, so this is the name of the tool. It's called Klinked, right? And Klinked is a tool that is a portal, and it can be used a couple of different ways. It can be used for clients, and it can be used for personal coaching portals. I like the coaching portal, right? It's GDPR compliant. You can do a CNAME. You can white label it, right? You can even white label the email. I didn't get an opportunity to show you that, but and again, it's used for accountants, consultants, and marketers, right? And they have, again, and we already talked about integrations, but manage documents and projects securely with ease using an integrated platform. Create white label client portals you can customize with your branding for a seamless client experience. It definitely has that. Let me tell you the reason why I think it's great for coaching, right? I'm using it for coaching. I have other portals. I have other large portals, right? I actually have a tool called UpCoach, and I'm only mentioning it here is because UpCoach is a tool that I use for coaching. The challenge was it's so large and it's so overwhelming. It's not personalized for each individual client. So I think that works well for group coaching. It doesn't work well for individual one-on-one coaching. This is a perfect for individual one-on-one coaching. So you can actually get it white label. This is paid, right? I think it's cost you about I'm not going to name the cost because I don't know what the cost is, but you can get the app actually white labeled if you want to do that. You definitely can do that. But you do have a Clinked app that they can use. I'm actually looking at it right now. The Clinked app, you can look at every single thing that I just showed you. You can look at it on the app. I think it's perfect. Even the customized links that you can put in there as well. So you can get it from everything from the app. So I think that's good, right? And so what you also get is, this is why I was saying this is the number one reason why I think it's the best coaching tool. You have real-time group and one-to-one chat. And what that basically means is if a client is paying you premium one-on-one and they want to be able to access you, you don't have to give your cell number out. You can just coach from the app one-on-one, because if you use the app one-on-one, you can have one-on-one dialogue with your actual coaching students from the app. So they can connect with you. You can have one-on-one discussions. You can have an actual entire discussion where it has a chain, or they can just connect you from the app. They can pull their app out of their pocket and say, hey, what time is this meeting? Or, hey, I have an opportunity to do this. Or I have an opportunity to do that. I have an opportunity to speak on a podcast. Do you think that's a good idea? And I can just respond back from the app and say, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Or wait, let's do 2 more other interviews before we do a podcast. I can do all that right here from the app. I never have to give my phone number out. They never know my number. I never know their number. And we can just communicate and dialogue strictly through the app. We'll do our FaceTimes and things like that we can do as far as going into a sessions or a Zoom meet or anything like that. We can have all those links in here. But to have the ability to do the one-on-one chat is great, right? And you can do push notifications too, right? So I think that's good as well. So so what I would do, right? I really would not, like I said, you can do the white label email notifications. It'll come from your email address. What I would do for this particular, no one could really, I'm not going to say no one, but if you're a one-on-one or you're a solopreneur or your small business is just maybe yourself and maybe a VA or one other person, you're keeping your overhead low. I think this coaching platform, I think the double gets you, it's pretty good because you remove the powered by logo, you get the white label email notifications, and you can get at least 30 members and or 30 clients in there. So 30 clients, at least seeing 30 clients, or at least seeing one client every day, that's enough. You could do a lot of business like that. I think the only reason why you would go up is for the gigabyte storage, right? Because when you're storing documents on there, and you're sharing different things, but you have access to the Google Drive and or the Outlook Drive, things of that nature. You can tag those in if you want, or you don't have to store a lot of major documents up there. You can use those links and try to get to some of the other places where you need them to get to and access. Okay, so I would do maybe a double here. I wouldn't do, there's no need to do a multiple. You're not going to have 45 clients. You just probably, if you're going to have a small boutique practice where you're a consultant or an attorney or something like that, maybe even an attorney you'd have to go with maybe a larger one. But if you wanted to have a private portal, you can definitely do that, right? So it's really for small businesses, like I said, and it's GDPR compliant, which I think is good. Okay. So hopefully everybody had an opportunity to take a look at this. Hopefully you liked it. This is a tool that I'm in love with because of the personalization and because it makes it your own portal. You can do different things within it, and each client can have their own individual space, and you can manage all of them, and you can see all of them where they're at, and they all can connect with you one-on-one through the online through their online dashboard or through their Pocket Portal with the Android or iOS device. You can do the one-on-one, and you can get notifications will pop up on your desktop as well if someone's trying to reach you. So hopefully this was helpful. It probably went a little bit longer than I suspected, but this is one of the coaching tools that I've started to use, and I'm loving it. Right. So hopefully you guys are doing well. I just wanted to share this with you. You can still use the link. You have 39 hours left, right? I think it'll be good. If you wanted to get a nice little discount on it, I think it's 10% off until 11:28 noon Central Time. Hopefully you guys are doing well. You guys take care out there. I just wanted to let you know this is a secret tool. No one's talking about it. But if you want to do private one-on-one or small consulting rooms and things of that nature, this is a perfect tool. There's some larger ones out there you can do a lot of group stuff with. This is a private, it has a private feel, the one-on-one. I think it's an excellent tool. All right, you guys have been great. Take care. Thanks. Bye.